your chainsaw ready for war? Mine is. Let me tell you how I made it ready. This is a piece of wood. This is a Stihl chainsaw. I've had these things for decades, and there's things that you have to do prior to winter coming, whether you're keeping gas in it or you're emptying the gas. Let me give you some tips and tricks and tell you exactly how to care for your chainsaw no matter what Stihl chainsaw you have. Realize this, if there's an ice storm, if there's snow, if something happens, okay, and the trees come down, you have to have this thing running. You have to be more than a man. You have to treat this like a weapon because it is. Let me give you a Stihl pro tip. At my local gas station, they have something that's called recreational gas. What that is for boats, but it also is for trimmers, weed eaters, your gas blowers. It has no ethanol, but half of the gas stations, they sell recreational fuel, okay? But they only have one pump. Now listen very carefully. If they only have one pump here, okay, and someone puts this 85 junk in there, the regular, there's a third of a gallon in the hose. Most people don't understand this, okay? So when you're getting recreational fuel for your trimmers, you absolutely have to make sure that they have a pump that is designated for recreational fuel only, because half of them have gone cheap. And you think you're doing some good service, okay? But a third to a half of a gallon that's in that line is E85, which has what? Ethanol, which jacks you, especially if you're winterizing your Stihl equipment. Let me share with you what I do every single winter. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to empty the gas out. Then I'm going to start the chainsaw. It's going to run for a couple minutes, okay? Then I'm going to put premium fuel back in here. Sometimes we'll have a big jug of gas, okay, and we're not using that gas, and that gas is sat around for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, okay? Even if you're using the right gas, okay, gas starts to break down. Brand new recreational fuel in this with the 2-in-1, or I'm going to put Moto Mix in there. Then I'm going to restart the chainsaw with the new fuel in there, and then I can either leave the fuel in there or I can empty the fuel. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cover off right here. Bolt, okay? What's behind here? The spark plug. I'm going to pull it out. If it needs to be replaced, I'm going to replace it. Then I'm going to go right to that air filter. I'm going to blow that out. If it needs to be replaced, I'm going to replace it. I'm going to blow out all the junk. I'm going to sharpen my blade. I'm going to always leave oil in the chainsaw. I want it to be ready if a tree comes down or there's an emergency. I want to be ready to get it on. Always take off the cover here, and the reason I do that is this thing is filled with wood chips and oil. It has maybe a little bit of rust over there, so I can just put a little bar oil on that and I'm going to be fine. But again, I want to clean this thing up. I want to change out the air filter. I want to check the gap on the spark plug. If the spark plug's fouled, I want to put a new one on there. I want to put a new chain on there, and I definitely want to run good fuel through the system. Premium fuel. Just don't run the old fuel that you had. You want brand new fuel. Absolutely want to do is you want to make sure that there is oil right there, and if not, you need to get a toothpick or something in there and clean that out. I got this looking pretty good. I have this all cleaned up. Again, that was a muck. I don't want to be fooling with this. If something goes wrong under here, the last thing I want in the middle of winter when it's really, really cold is to have to go under here and adjust the chain or put a new chain on when this is all gunked up. Pull this off and look. Now see that filter right there? What if I never change this filter out? Look at this filter right here. That needs to be changed. Also, I'm going to pull this spark plug here, look at it, adjust the gap on that. The filter is going to go ahead and just twist off, and you can see it needs to be replaced. Now, let's just say, hey, I don't have the money right now to replace it. Let me tell you one of the things when you do have money that you probably need to get is this jet fan, okay? This has saved me so much money by starting fires, not having to use extra starter, okay? By blowing out filters, blowing out keyboards, okay? It's easy. You just pull the trigger and then you blow it, and this will clean up quite well. Now I'm going to twist it. Now, see all this dirt right here, guys? Now I'm blowing all of that out there. And guys, that looks perfect. I mean, honestly, yes, I'm going to pick up another air filter next time I'm at the Stihl dealership, or I'll pick one up on Amazon. There actually is a place on Amazon that gives them at a huge discount, and they're actually pretty decent along with the spark plugs. There is a tune-up kit for this. I'll go ahead and list that in the description. Guys, here's a free one. When you're sharpening your chain, after it's sharpened, okay, you need to flip the blade over, okay? This is identical on both sides, but you don't want to just have the Stihl logo always up because you're going to wear it that way. So after you sharpen it, you want to go ahead and flip it over. And what that does is every time you sharpen it, flip the blade, because that means it's going to wear on this bar evenly. Before I tighten this chain up, see this hole right here? There's one on each side. It's a small hole. If this is clogged, you can blow up your whole chainsaw. And you're like, well, how's that? Because that means there's no oil going on the chain. And you're like, well, wouldn't that mean I just ruined my bar, I ruined my chain? Yeah, but the heat from running this without oil sometimes can heat up this right here, and it can go all the way through to the head, and you can blow it out. I've seen it more times than not when a person just doesn't understand their chainsaw, okay? This hole on both sides, if it's clogged, go ahead and unclog it with a toothpick. Both sides, you're gonna have a hole. That is your oil hole, okay? You need that. And again, when you start this up and you put that tip right there about an inch off of the ground and you give it full rev, you should see a line of oil. That's what you want to see. After you clean your blade, it may take a second, but that's what you want to see, a line of oil shooting down. That means those ports are clean. When you are winterizing your Stihl equipment for the winter, one of the things that you have to do is you have to get new fuel. Absolutely. That old fuel, especially in one of these, if you're not using your equipment, this could be 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months old. You have a designated can, it says Stihl. You have the 2-in-1 in there. It's not good enough. What you need to do is drain that fuel, start that machine, run it till no fuel is left in that carburetor. Then you're gonna rinse this out and you're gonna get recreational fuel that is what? Fresh. Then after it's fresh, you're gonna put a little bit of this and this into your trimmer, run the new stuff through it, and now you're ready for winter. I'm gonna put non-ethanol recreational fuel in there. It still has the 2-to-1. I don't need a bunch in there because I'm only putting a little bit to run through the line. I want to make sure that that old fuel is out. This is brand new fuel. I'm putting new fuel in here to run it through, to go through the lines, to clean out everything, and then I'm gonna dump that as well, run it till it won't run anymore, and she's ready until I start her up. I may not need this chainsaw all winter long. There is a discussion out there, do I leave fuel in my chainsaw? Some people do, some people don't, okay? If you're doing what I say, okay, and you're getting all the old fuel out and you're putting new fuel in with that stabilizer, that 2-in-1, you can leave fuel in it. I prefer not to do that because it may be 3, 4, 5 months before I need it, and I already have the fuel. It's all together. I have a stabilizer in there, okay, and that's golden for me. But you're not going to hurt it as long as you dump the old fuel out and you purchase new fuel that has no ethanol, and again, you use that 2-in-1 oil. If you're having problems starting your chainsaw, the first thing you want to do is pull the handle and pull this all the way down, okay? When it first starts to go, meaning it starts to turn over but it doesn't turn over, then you're going to click this up one. Now, she started to go. Now this gas is ready for spring, and this gas is ready for the final purge in my trimmer, in my blower. Again, I just put a little bit in there, I run it, then I dump it, and then I run it till it stops. And guess what? Those trimmers, those blowers, those tillers, whatever you're using from Stihl, they're gonna be golden till springtime. And if I have to use the unit, guess what? That's okay, because this is fresh gas. Realize where I'm at, November, December, January, February, March, 5 months. But this, with the stabilizer, okay, that 2-in-1 oil is going to last 5 months. This is a pro tip.